All right, so I'm going to get into the sandbox challenge. Um, and I'm going to walk you through the sandbox challenge, which admittedly is very easy today. And then I'm going to follow that with, I'm actually going to code through the advanced calculators assignment, which covers branching and loops and things like that. Because I know some of you are sort of feeling a little bit lost or overwhelmed with branching and loops and how those code structures look. So I'm going to code through it very slowly, and I'm going to recommend that you code through it with me if you're feeling lost. If you want to work on the sandbox challenge, or if you want to work on anything else, you're welcome to do that while I talk. It won't offend me at all. If you want to pay attention to this part and get a refresher on branching and loops, then we can do that. But let me go through the sandbox challenge first, and then we'll go from there. All right, so the sandbox challenge for today is called rainbow lists, and you've already played with lists somewhat in the sandbox. But what I've got here is some very simple code that you can copy and paste. And there may be some updates, that you want to make to this code if you're having trouble running it on your computer. Then you'll want to do a couple of things. You'll want to create a object called myTurtle, just like this, equals turtle.turtle. So you're creating an instance of myTurtle, and you're going to use that for both of these, myTurtle and myTurtle. If you wait until after I finish explaining this, I'll upload the code also. And then instead of this part right here, we're going to say turtle.screen.exit on click. Okay, so just those couple of changes. I'll upload those here in just a second. But what we have is a pretty basic turtle program. Changes the screen to black, creates a turtle, changes the pen size to 5. I don't know if you played with pen size, but you can give it a number between 1 and, I don't know, like 20 or something, to change the size of the pen. And then I've got a list of colors, list of color names. They're just strings, but when I give them to the turtle one at a time, it will understand them as strings. I've also set a radius to 5. It's a starting radius. And I'm actually going to start it at 25 just to make it a little bit bigger. And then what it says here is a for loop. So I've got the list of colors. And basically what it says is for each str color in the list, we're going to put that color one at a time inside the variable str color. It'll change the turtle to that color. It'll draw a circle at that radius, which starts out at 25, and then it'll increase the radius, and it'll do the loop again, proceeding to the next list item. So when we run this, what we get is a very simple little rainbow Now it's really supposed to be, oh, my turtle should be in front of this. There we go. That's why it did not change the pen size, because I changed the different turtle. That looks a little bit prettier. All right, so I'll just draw this little rainbow concentric circles. And so what I'm encouraging you to do here is play around with the list, play around with the code, have it draw something different. And you can see here your colleagues have already started doing all kinds of experimentation. We have circles of circles and rainbow flowers and all sorts of things. So you can play around with the code and see what you can create using a list of colors as the basis for the looping, and play around with that list and play around with the loop itself and submit your code. So that's a sandbox challenge. Very simple, easy credit, but worth playing around with for just a minute to make sure you understand how lists work and so forth. So